All right, let's go. If you're tired, not feeling fit, tired, just not having a focus, tired, just not having a life that you deserve, this is your place to be. I'm Jason Yarusi. This is the Live100 Podcast. You know, a few weeks ago, we had my friend MC Blabsher on the show talking about the 100-year mindset. And it really gave me time to reflect, to think about what if you were to live to 100 years old, not just dragging yourself through those years, but strong and sharp and just capable and just alive. But here's the real question. If you knew that was your reality, what would you start to do differently today? Now, you might be in your 20s, or your 30s, or your 40s, or your 50s, even your 60s. But if you think you have until you're 100, another 80, 75 years, 40 years in some instances, what would you do differently? So with that, I present you the 100-year experience. It's not about predicting your future. It's about designing it. It's about looking at your life right now and just reverse engineering the choices that you're making to make sure that it fits the narrative for you living to 100 in a future that's full of a body that moves, a mind that works, and relationships that matter, and the freedom to just honestly live freely. So ask yourself, most of us, we're just thinking too short term. We're thinking about right now. We're thinking about, if I do this right now, what will happen tomorrow? What is the immediate gratification, right? What is the instant response we get back, right? What is the microwave effect of just what we can do? We want to just microwave everything, but we don't think about or even worry about the week, the month, the next couple of years. But if you were to step back and you were to look and imagine your life at 100, how would you picture yourself? What would you be doing, right? Would you be a person that was out there living a full life, going out there and just going after all of your dreams, all of the things that you've wanted in your life? Because if you want a fulfilled life today, tomorrow, next year, 50 years from now, it's not going to happen by accident. It's not going to be something that just results in you just guessing and hoping. It's going to be the consequence or the result of a tiny thousands of decisions that you make each and every day. So your future body, your wealth, your health, your family, they're all just cashing checks from you right now based on the choices you're making. So think about it, right? What could be the pillars that you could build this experiment off of? I mean, the first could be your fitness, right? The body that carries you. And forget it. I'm not trying to say you have to have this six pack or the scale or be able to bench 315 pounds. I'm thinking longevity. What are the things you can do that can consistently make you better? Are you doing push-ups every day? And if you are, what if you skip tomorrow or the next day, right? How does that show up to the person that's 70 or 85? If you're not stretching, how does that reflect in you in your 50s and your 60s? If you're not using strength and recovery and sleep and really just making those daily deposits to make sure you're doing the most with it, how are you going to run with your grandkids when you're 7 years old, or still be able to climb stairs and not be a detriment to those around you? So what can you do in your fitness today that can live and benefit the person at 100? Next is your finance, your freedom engine. Money isn't just about the next vacation or the next car. We're always just thinking that's short term. I hope I can save enough right now. But if you had a 100-year plan, meaning you were starting to build systems that outlived you today, that wealth that compounds in your sleep, structure that cares for you and your family for years apart. Maybe you find a way that, instead of just using that extra $100 that you have aside and just spending it frivolously, maybe that $100 is something that you invest every week. I have certain investments that I have happen every single day that I have automatically go and invest. Dollar cost averaging and compart, but I put $100 here, $100 there. That things I believe in for the future that I invest into each and every day. Are you investing not only in yourself, but into your financial future? Next is your relationships. Are they going to outlast you? Ask yourself, your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, will they look around you and look upon you as someone who helped set aside the stage? And think about this, right? The legacy defines you. But if I asked you, can you tell me the name of your great-great-grandfather or even your great-grandfather or your great-grandmother, many of you probably don't have a clue, don't have an idea, because ideally it was a life lived and then sadly forgotten. And in a life that is so short in the time span of this actual world that's been created, it's hard for us to remember our past. So it's the small deposits of love and presence you make with your family today that are going to pay off into the future, not only for you, but those that carry on, because you may not be remembered 3-4 generations from now. But if you've set in stage just how the family acts, how the family shows up, the kindness, the love, the discipline, it may not be the name that's remembered, but the things that you do may set the stage to follow through for generations, for years to come. And lastly, it's the fire that keeps you moving. Purpose doesn't retire. If you stop growing, you start dying. It's just, you matter, right? Your age. We have many stories of people that, retire and then they seemingly lose their purpose and shortly after they die. So keeping learning, keeping building, finding ways to contribute. At 100, if you did this, what would you still be becoming at 100? Instead of sitting there just thinking back about better days, how could those still be your best days? So a few things that you can do here with this is that for fitness, start tomorrow. 10 minutes of stretching, 10 minutes of walking. For finance, talked about, $100, move $100 away from your spending account into your investing account each week. For family, sit down to a meal and actually, without distractions, communicate. Talk about, what's different with us, what's happening differently, no phone, no TV, just being present. And fulfillment, open a notebook and write one sentence. My 100-year-old year self would thank me for what? And answer that question. These are small, but I bet if you put the work in, they're going to be very powerful because every step compounds and every decision, it moves you closer to living your 100, starting today, but benefiting you in the future. All right, hope that was helpful. If this message can help others around you, get out and share this message. And you can do something for us. It's been so powerful to hear all the messages, all the stories of all the improvements, all the actions you're taking. Leave us an honest rating and review. We read all of them, and it helps continue to get this show out to those that need to hear it today. Let's do this.